Hi, this is Liam McIver-Martin, and here is part one of my little case study on Kajabi and how you can monetize it very quickly and easily. So, the first thing that you have to do is you have to get intel on your actual group that you're making a course for. So, I actually started in the offline marketing niche about a year ago, more or less, when I had a friend of mine who really needed help in his particular business and particularly the online component. So he came to me and he asked me whether I'd be interested in working with him. And initially I said no because I actually run a tutoring company that takes up all of my time, an online tutoring company. And he said, just name your price. So I decided to name a ridiculous number and he cut me a check. And that's what actually started my offline consultancy side business, which I make usually between around 5 to 10 grand on per month. Now, so what I've actually done is I've put together a course on offline marketing, so how to actually outsource the process, since all of my business is outsourced to employees in the Philippines or in Europe, as an example, for programmers, or even in the United States and Canada for some of my online tutors. So the first thing that you have to do before even getting into something like this is you have to find out whether people will actually like it. So you have to do a little bit of intel on your group. So I suggest that you guys go and check out fluidsurveys.com. It's run by a buddy of mine, Aiden, and it's an excellent piece of software. It, in essence, allows you to run great surveys that can be easily looked at in terms of crosstabs and advanced analysis that requires, p-values and all those types of wonderful things that you probably don't even know about because you're not a statistician. But I am a very dorky statistician and I love this stuff. You can also export it into SPSS, which is an advanced sort of statistical analyzer that many sociologists and statisticians use. So it's a great piece of software to use if you really want to find out what your people are thinking. So I put together a small survey on exactly what they wanted. I think I sent it out to about 60 people that I had on my list that were specifically on my list for offline consultancies. And one of the greatest questions that I put down that I got responses for what is your greatest challenge in offline consulting? And as you can see here, coming up with a repeatable and scalable process, making focused instead of leaping bounds, day job that gives me to do sales plus no cash to invest, coming up in employment, working out pricing, time to learn, not enough of it, service offerings and outsourcing, sales and lead generation given my limited time. Here's another one, outsourcing and scaling. Since I already run a business, my time is limited. My business is a service-based business, so I work in the business too much, and I'm trying to transition to working on the business. I have set up my offline business to run without me doing any of the grunt work. So the greatest response that I was getting was outsourcing and scaling. So in essence, being able to automate the process and run this entire offline consultancy on autopilot. So that gave me proof of concept because that's exactly what I was trying to put together in terms of a course. I am an expert at outsourcing and automation, so I went forward with putting together the course. And it's actually structured quite easily, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So there were 6 modules. So just an introductory module. The first one is what customers want, sort of breaking down the theory of what customers want in their business. Then the second one would be a setup of your particular business, so setting up your website, how to automate this process, how to outsource it so that you aren't actually doing any of the actual work, and also setting up the lead generation. and then the sales process. So after you've actually got the leads coming into your company, how do you sell those people on their leads? The fourth one is monthly deliverables. And this is very important because once you close a sale, you actually have to provide deliverables for that sale that you've closed, and 90% of offline consultants don't really pay attention to that step, which is kind of ironic, and which is why many of them lose their business very quickly after they've actually closed the sale. And the fifth one is how to outsource the entire process. And then module 6 is a bonus module on how to actually outsource the entire process to my team and my network of other consultants that do this type of work. So literally, when you would click on module 6, you would have submission forms, and you'd literally, let's say you close a client for SEO, you would click on this form and you would fill that form out and be able to get a consultant who would be able to come in and partner with you on that particular project. And then the extra bonus module is a module called Sales Leaks, which I actually did with my sales manager. I just call him the gold maker because he literally is that for me. He's the one that actually closes sales for me, and I take care of the deliverables. So I just have to focus on actually providing the results to the customer, and he takes care of the customer service and closing the sale. So we did about a 2-hour video on exactly how to do that, and I can click on that now and show you. So just how to use CRM systems, customer relationship management systems, how to find people, how to interview them, how to train them, and how to scale your business. Then I also added a mastermind group where I interview top offline consultants every month. And that's added as an extra bonus into the course that they can voluntarily take. And then, of course, at the end, we have the little mini community where people can ask about offline consulting, try to get work done, and just in essence communicate about the course. There are 3 main forums. There's the Course Discussions Forum, the Vetted Deliverables Companies Forum, and the Coffee is for Closers Forum. So all 3 forums have been somewhat active. We've only had 100 people in this course so far, so it's just coming together through the beta group, but in essence, it's been very successful up to this point. Now, we're going to move on to part 2, which is where I've actually put together exactly how I built this site. So I'll see you in the next video.